Alright everybody, what is going on? We're hopping in here to the 200% level 10 links EZA showcase for this transforming physical Vegeta right here. We are on a 200% leader, obviously. I mean, that's the name of the showcase here. We got him at level 10 links all the way through all of his transformations here. I've had this guy link leveled for a while because I used him as one of my main link level leaders for a while because he does have a good leader skill with Pure Saiyans and Super Class, which honestly, I'm going to tell you right now, at the start of this video, this guy doesn't have a ton of value. However, this guy will be like a staple battlefield leader for me, probably forever. I mean, Pure Saiyans 170% and Super Class 130. I don't know that I'm ever going to not run him as a leader for my super physical setup that I like to run. So it's probably just going to be this guy and God Goku holding it down in Battlefield for me for forever. So there is some use for this guy. So there is that, you know. As far as like my build for him, I just kind of pumped him up with some equips. I actually didn't have any equips on this guy. So I threw this level 7 attack on him, and then I just threw these two like crit and additional builds on him. If I was seriously going to be like using this guy in difficult content consistently, I would give him full dodge, but I don't plan on using this guy in difficult content consistently because he is not really good in there. Whenever this Vegeta came out, he was a very good unit. We're going to do a little bit of history lesson real quick before we hop in here. He was a great unit because he released back during like the legendary Goku event era, right? Where that was a very long fight that often went like, I don't know, like 8 turns minimum or something like that. It took a very long time typically to get through that event whenever this guy dropped. So having a unit that transforms, you know, on turn 3, 5, 7, and 9, if you got him in turn 1, was obviously very feasible to get the Super Saiyan Blue. He was physical, he'd change the whole board and basically nuke away UI Goku if he was still standing there, right? That was kind of like the gimmick with this guy whenever he came out. However, now with like the Dismal Future Red Zone and things like that, we've shifted away from that long style of content, and you need to be ready to go right away now. And this character, who takes 9 turns to get to his full power, is not something that's really going to help us out. So anyway, what's he's doing, I mean, it's pretty basic what this guy's doing. He gets some start of turn attack and defense. He gets some more defense when he performs a super attack. He gets attack per key sphere. He's kind of a nuker. He does launch an additional super attack with 7 or more key spheres obtained. He gets a 70% chance to change STR key spheres to physical, and then he transforms each turn. That's kind of his gimmick. And then that passive just slightly changes as he transforms. So we're starting out here as Super Saiyan Vegeta. The passive I just read to you was his. He's starting out at 129k defense. Now, this guy can be a little bit tricky to calc because he is actually greatly stacking defense in his super attack effect. I think at least in base. Does that go away? I don't remember exactly. What does that go to once he becomes Super Vegeta? Okay, yeah, so it's still greatly stack. Is it greatly stack all the way through? Yeah, greatly stack, and then this is, it caps out. So each turn, it's going to get a little bit more complicated to calculate exactly what his defense is post-super attack. The important thing to note is that the stacks will add into themselves, so that's where it gets a little bit complicated. But the passive defense that he gets, if I can get it, there we go. This 30%, goodness, hang on. There we go. This 30% right here that he gets, I think that changes as he transforms. So, like, Super Saiyan, it's... Or, I'm sorry, Super Vegeta, it's 40, and then Super Saiyan 2, it's also 40. But anyway, but that is multiplicative with the stacks that he's getting. So, if you see, like, right here, he's at 129k defense, you would multiply straight up by 1.3, if that makes sense. Anyway, we'll talk about that more as he transforms. For now, I don't think we can get him 7 key spheres for his additional, so we're just going to go for this right here, these 4, and then this, and let's see what he gets up to here on our first turn. The team is kind of built around him, sort of. I think my plan is to keep Bulma on that second rotation. We actually got pretty decent opening rotations, but I'm going to try to float off the, what is it, the Battle of Gods Vegeta to link with this guy. Well, maybe. We'll see what happens. Because they'll be able to link after this turn, even though they share the same name. After this turn, because this guy will transform, then they'll be able to link together. But otherwise, I think God Goku is probably just going to be his best linking partner and the character that we have him next to throughout most of the showcase. So that's going to be the main thing there. So he starts out with a 4.35 million attack stat. Not super impressive. His defense on this turn isn't really great. As you can see, he's taking 23k damage right there from these guys. I don't remember exactly what his defense was. I think it was like 129k. So on this turn, if I go over to this little calculator right here, let's just say we were at 129,500. I don't remember exactly what we were at. Let's just say that we were there. We would multiply by the 1.3 in his passive, and then we would multiply by the 1.5 stack that he got. So we were at only 252k defense there. That's no support, but guys, that's not good. That is not good. So on this next turn, though, we should be at around, if I go back over here, I don't remember what we were at, but if we divide by 1.3, we should be at around 200k defense, somewhere around this level next turn. But we will have Bulma's support, so it'll go up a little bit more. It gets a little bit complicated, guys. I'll just leave it at that. It's not hard. It's just a matter of whenever you have these stacking characters, that's where it gets a little bit tricky. So he'll actually be probably over 200k because we're going to grab all of this support right here from Bulma. But anyway, we're going to get that. I'm going to cut. We'll come back in a turn. Sorry, I've been rambling here. I forgot what I'm doing. All right, sorry. We're filming a showcase here. I got to stop rambling a little bit and showing you guys those off rotations. But so he's at 237,883. I do want to walk you guys through how exactly we're getting to this number right here. So the only support that we have active is Bulma's. So let's go ahead. I'm going to pull him up. We're going to go over here to my spreadsheet. These are actually the old calcs that I did for him. But let me scroll down real quick and get to a blank spot on the page here. Okay, so here we are. He's at 11. So, hang on. There we go. 11,754, right? That's his defense here. That's his actual stat. We're on a 200% leader. So we multiply by 5. So we're going to take this times 5. Oh, god dang it. Equals this times 5. There we go. So 58,770. That's after our leader skill kicks in. I believe the links that we have active are just prepared for battle. That's our only defensive link right there. So you can see prepared for battle is active. So we're going to take this number, multiply by 1.05, because we get 5% from prepared for battle being at link level 10. So 61,709. Again, this is what we're shooting for, is 237,883. Give or take. Dokkan, like, rounds down or takes integers or something. It doesn't. Don't worry about it. So he's getting 120% at the start of turn. We have one stack, right? We got one super attack last turn. So we have 150% raise last turn. And then we have 30% or 37% defense from Bulma. So first, let's do the start of turn. So that's going to be this number, this 61,709, multiplied by 1 point. This is 120, right? Yeah, 120. So 1.57. That's because it's 1.2. Or I'm sorry, no. I'm sorry. Times 2.57. That's the reason. The reason for that is because it's 2.2 for the 120%. But then we also got 57%, or we got 37% support from Bulma, so we have to add 0.37 to that, and that's how we get to 2.57. And then last term we got a stack, and so we'll take this number, multiply by 1.5. There we go, 237,886, which is slightly off. Again, there's some rounding errors in here, in case that's hard to see. 237,883. 237,886. Again, this is going to have some slight rounding errors, but 3 is not big, right? So now the way that we would calculate his post super attack defense, right, is we would take this, and we'd have to divide out first the stack that we got last turn. So we have to divide out the 1.5, right? So we're back down to this 158,591. Now, once we transform into Super Vegeta, we get 40% on super attack right here, and then we get 50% defense from a stack. So we'll have 2 stacks up, assuming that we don't get any additionals here. Let me see. Can we get 6 orbs? Or 7 orbs? I want to get Goku his. Can we get 7? 6? 6? Alright, so we can't get 7 orbs. So I guess let's just grab those. And let's just assume that he does a single super attack on this turn. So again, 40% from his passive, and then we'll have 2 stacks. Sorry about that, guys. I had to sneeze. Okay, we're good now. So anyway, we're going to take this number right here and multiply by 1.4, first of all, right? And then we'll have 2 stacks, at least, of defense. So we're going to take this number, multiply by 2. It'd be 1.5 for 1 stack, and so then you add 50% to that, which is 0.5, so then it becomes 2. So we're going to be at 444, 054 defense after we super attack here. And that's how you calculate this guy's defense. So, again, you know, second turn here, we're at 444, 054, and that's assuming we only get 1 super attack. We could get the hidden potential super attack, and we'd go up a little bit more. If we do, I will show you guys what that would be. But otherwise, we're just going to be at, you know, 444,000. We could have gotten him the 7 orbs, but it was very important to me with God Goku being in slot 1 that we give him the orbs instead. I probably could have tried to reset the turn and gotten him the orbs, but I'm just not really in the mood to do that with this guy. Because even if you, like, triple super every single turn, well, if you triple supered every single turn, by the time you got to blue, he'd be really good. But as you build up, it's just really not going to be super impactful until, like, his blue form, basically. Oh, dang, God Goku's going insane right here, and I forgot to target Zamasu. It's not going to matter. We're not going to kill Rose on this turn, because he's got a decent amount of health, but that's my bad. I forgot. Yeah, I'm glad we got God Goku all the orbs he needed to bob and weave there. So 5.88 million, again, with 444,000 defense. We got the hidden potential, but it was just a normal. So we'll go ahead and cut and come back on the next turn. And again, we'll talk about his defense then and just kind of how we're getting to the numbers that he's at. All right, we're transforming with Vegeta. We've got this other Vegeta here. So we're going to have, like, pretty much everything active on this turn except for Saiyan Pride. I could throw this Vegeta in this slot right here, and that would actually get us this guy's support active. I guess I could do that. There's not really a downside. I mean, we lose God Goku, which is... I'll keep God Goku on rotation. That's kind of unfortunate. We're going to miss out on this guy's support, but... can I get 7 orbs on this turn for Vegeta? Because I got... Listen, I got to get God Goku these. Can I get it? I can. Okay, so this is good. That's actually going to give us access to his additional. So let's go on over back to the board here. So I went ahead and already mocked up Vegeta's calcs over here and what they're going to be. You guys can see that they're basically the same up until this point. That's because now Vegeta is getting 130% at the start of turn. So we had to bump this up 10%. That's why it's just slightly higher. And then right here, we now have 2 stacks instead of just 1. So if I click on this, you can see 329, 520, 329, 523. So again, to calculate his defense, what we have to do is divide out the stacks. So we have to take this, divide by 2. You can see that, you know, that this was this, divide by 2, which you'll also notice is the same as this number, right? Because this is the start of turn number before we apply any stacks that we've gotten so far. So we have to divide out those stacks, and then we take into account the passive, so he's still getting 40% on super attack right here. 40% from his passive. That's what this number is. And then this right here is assuming that he gets 1 more stack. But because we can get... my brain. Because we can actually get the 7 orbs, we're guaranteed to double super. So we actually take this, multiply by... Let's see, it'd be 1.5 to... 2.5? 3. So we'd be at times 3 right here. Oof, the formatting. No. Oh, we can't hang on. All right, the formatting is fixed. Because we'll have a total of 4 stacks, at least. We could actually do a 5th stack here if we get the hidden potential. But again, I don't ever count the hidden potential whenever I have like a character like this. But you can see here, you know, we're starting to get up to 700k. You know, we're finally starting to get into like respectable tanking, kinda, right? Like 700k, that's pretty good. On turn 5, we kind of need this like turn 1 these days. So yeah, this is what our defense is going to be after we double super here. If we triple super, it would go up to, it would be this, times 3.5. So if we triple supered, we'd be up to 800,000. So, I mean, you can see, right? Like, we're slowly starting to build up some defense. But, yeah, I mean, it's taking so long to get here, right? So, anyway, back over to this. Let's get going. You guys are just here for the numbers, right? But I hopefully me walking you through these calcs is kind of giving you a better understanding of how this guy works and why people are so just unimpressed with him on JP, right? It takes him a really long time just to get mediocre, and by the time he finally gets, like, outstanding, it's just too little too late, right? Because once you get into blue, this guy really can be impressive, and we'll talk about that whenever we get there, obviously, but you can see that it really is like a struggle to get there. Whenever we have other EZA TURs that are just coming out swinging. Now, I say that, but EZA TURs have kind of been hit or miss, right? The EZA LRs, I think, have been really good, but if we take a look at EZA TURs, let me just sort by EZA TURs. What do we have here? Or, well, not EZA. You guys know what I'm trying to say here. Yeah, so we had Android 13. He's... I don't know. He's about the same, honestly. At least he supports, though, right? Like, that's pretty good. I'm looking for TURs here. Most of the heroes EZAs are kind of mid for the most part. There were like 2 that were really good, but the rest of them were pretty mid. TURs. Beerus is really good. AGL Zamasu's really good. Int Future Gohan's really good. So it's like, it's just been about the same, right? It's like, some of them are good, some of them are bad. It's just a big hodgepodge. Anyway, we'll cut and come back whenever what will be Super Saiyan God next time, so we'll be back. Alright, so we're back with Super Saiyan God. Sorry, I forgot to show the transformation here. That's my bad, guys. But, so now we're finally starting to get up to some, I don't want to say good defensive levels here, but we are. So, 488, 376. I believe he did 2 super attacks last turn. I don't think he got the hidden potential again, as far as I know. So, again, we'll take a look at the calcs. I wasn't really paying attention, but my calcs are correct, so I assume we only got the 2 super attacks that were guaranteed. So again, 11,754 is the same. This is the same, but then you'll notice right here, oh no, we don't have prepared for battle anymore. So we actually lose out on the 5% defense that we're getting right here. So that's kind of unfortunate. You know, we do lose a little bit of defense there. Now we're up to we're up to 140% at the start of turn right here. So this is now up to 2.77 is the multiplier. Again, it's just pretty much been going up by 10% each time. And then right here we have 4 stacks so far? Yeah, we have 4 stacks. So we're up to a ×3 multiplier right here. Again, the way you get that is because it's 1.5 for the first one, then 0.5 after that. So, like, you would have 1 super attack is you multiply by 1.5, 2 you would multiply by 2, but then 3 you would multiply by 3.5, and 4 you would multiply it by 3, and then, you know, you guys get it from there, right? So anyway, 488, or 488, 379 is what we're at right here. Again, divide out those stacks, so take this, divide by 3, you should be at the same number as right here. And then we're going to multiply by 1.5, because he's now getting 50% from his passive right here. So that's this 162, 793, multiplied by 1.5. Now, like I mentioned, we already have 4 super attacks up to this point, so we're starting at a base ×3 multiplier. So on this turn, we could be doing 6 super attacks. I'm sorry. We've done 4, so we could go up to 5, which would then be a 3.5 multiplier. So we would, after 1 super attack, we'd be up to 854, 663 defense. After a 6th super attack, we would go up to a ×4 multiplier, and so we'd be at 976,000 defense. And then if we did, oh goodness, I can't count. If we got the hidden potential after that, like if we got this one guaranteed and we did a triple super, then we would be up to, what, 7 super attacks, which would be a ×4.5 multiplier, and we'd be up to here. So just to hang on real quick. There, now you guys can actually see the formulas that I'm talking about. So right here, I should just start labeling these, right? Like, this is our defense stat, state, whatever. Okay, stat. This is our leader skill. Leader skill, which is ×5. This is links, which is not applicable to God. Then right here, this is our 140% start. Oh my god, no, hang on. I can't type under pressure, guys. I'm sorry. 140% start of turn, plus 37% from Bulma. Percent from Bulma. And then this right here would be, how many stacks did I say? 4? I think it's 4. 4 stacks. I think. Yeah, so this is 4 stacks up to this point. And then this is divide out stacks. This is multiplicative passive buff. This is 5 stacks, 6 stacks, 7 stacks. Okay. I'll learn how to type one of these days, guys, I promise. Okay, so defensive stat, 11,754 times 5. Times 1 because we don't have any other links active, right? If we had prepared for battle active right here, it'd be times 1.05. We don't, though, so it's just times 1. We get 140% at the start of turn, right here. And then we have 37% active from Bulma's 2-turn support, okay? So that's where this is 2.77. That is 2.4 plus 0.37. That's 2.4 plus 0.37. There we go. So that's what that is. 4 stacks right here. This is times 3 because it's 1 stack, 2 stack, 3 stacks, 4, right? So that's where we're getting this number 4 right here, times 3. If you added all those together, it'd be 3. Then right here, we're dividing out the stacks, so we have to then divide out the 3. This is just so that we can calculate the start of turn defense, but then we want to see how far we go with the defense. So we divide out any stacks that we currently have. Then we consider the passive multiplicative buff, which is the 50% right here. So we take this, multiply by 1.5, and now we can take those stacks back in. So 5 stacks would be 3.5, which is, again, this. Or I guess I can just do this. 1 stack, 2 stack, 3 stacks, 4 stacks, 5, right? And then same thing with 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. Right? So you guys get the point here, right? With how the defense is stacking. Point being, if we were to get a triple super on this turn, we would finally be touching 1,000,000 defense, but it has taken a lot to get here at this point, right? So we'll come. I'm probably going a bit more in depth in the calcs here, but it's been a while since I actually went over my video on this, so I'm kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone right here. If you guys would have preferred this in a separate video, let me know. But for now, let me go ahead and get back to the showcase over here. Okay, anyway, so here we go. I'm going to actually put Vegeta in slot 1 right here. I don't think we would die if he ate a super attack, but we're just going to take that risk, and I'm going to grab all of these orbs right here. That is also going to give us some decent healing as well. Yeah, I'm glad that I did that, because it is his showcase, so I would like him to get as many super attacks as possible here. And then we can do this right there. So, on this next turn, I'm not sure who we will have on rotation. It might be one of the Super Saiyan Blues. This is unfortunate. Again, we only have about 500k defense, so this is going to do some damage to us. Whew, didn't kill us, though, and now we're up to an 11.9 million attack stat. Again, this is going to be a double super attack right here. Guaranteed, and it could be a triple. He's not getting attack on his... He's not getting attack on his super attack effect, so it's going to be roughly the same attack stat each time. Also, remember that we got a ton of orbs this time, and he is a nuker whenever it comes to his passive. Right here. He does get attack per key sphere that he obtains. So since we got a lot of key spheres that time, that's why his attack jumped up so high, and this is also why I wanted to risk him and put him in slot 1 right there, because I knew that that was going to be a really good turn for him. So, again, we'll be back on the next rotation where he will finally be in Super Saiyan Blue. Okay, so we finally reached Super Saiyan Blue here, everybody. Again, sorry about the bit of a longer video here, but I want to be comprehensive here, right? So Vegeta does change the entire board to blue keys, or to physical key spheres, by the way. So watch how our health is just going to jump up a lot. If I'm correct, he should be at about, 708,000 defense. Again, I do already have my calcs mocked up over here. So once we get to blue, let's talk about blue for a little bit right here. We are just greatly raising attack and defense for 1 turn now, permanently, so we no longer stack. We just get this 1 turn raise. What this will act as is this will add into the same phase as our other stacks. So think about it. It's probably best if I just show you guys the calcs on this. So we're no longer stacking is the important thing. We're up to our final 150% at the start of turn, 50% when performing a super attack, which is, again, multiplicative with all the stacks that we've gotten so far and this buff right here. We get an additional 30% attack per key sphere obtained, so he's going to hit really hard right here. Disables enemy guard, doesn't really matter. He does launch an additional super attack with 5 key spheres obtained, so we're going to be guaranteed double supering right here. He performs a critical hit with 23 key spheres obtained. I believe this is the entire board. So if you get the entire board like we're about to right here, he's going to guaranteed crit and double super. And then this is that part right there. And then starting from the... and then he just gets this orb changing, right? So this is just saying basically on the next turn, he's going to change STR key spheres to physical. So that's fine. Point being here, this is now our defense. Again, same process here, walking it down. We do have prepared for battle back. Oh, that's God Goku. We do have prepared for battle back, so we do get that 5% buff again right here. Remember, last turn as God, we did not get that. We are getting 150% at the start of turn, 37% support from Bulma. We have 6 stacks up to this point, so that's why we're at the 708.14. Again, there's some rounding issues here, but 708.408 is what we're actually at. Again, we divide out the stacks. We take into the 50% passive multiplicative buff right here. And now this is what I'm talking about. So notice how I stopped writing stacks down here. Now we're just writing total supers. And this is basically where his defense is going to cap out on each turn from now on. So because we no longer stack, this is now where we're going to end up. And these 50% raises that we're getting are going to add into the same phase right here. So if I go back to the desktop here, you guys can see the formula. So right here for 6 stacks, if you guys remember, we were at multiplied by 4. So for 7 stacks, it's going to be 4.5, or 7 total supers is going to be 4.5, 5, and 5.5, but instead of sticking around like all the stacks have up to this point, these are going to be resetting because they're only 1 turn raises. Again, 1 turn right here. That's what these are. These are our 1 turn buffs. They still add into the same phase as our stacks, but these will not carry over to like the next turn of blue. From now on, we will always be at 708.408 at the start of turn, and every time we super, this is what our defense will go up to. So after 2 super attacks here, he's going to be at 1.3 million defense, and that's after double supering, double critting, and he's going to heal us a lot on this turn as well. So that's how this Vegeta works in a nutshell. Let's go ahead and grab all of these orbs, watch our health shoot up a ton, back up to full. Very nice. We can grab God Goku's orbs. We could transform with them as well, but, I mean, is there any point? I mean, I guess, just in case, right? Let's just, you know, get the OST going, I guess. And then there we go. So, let's see what he shoots out. Again, this is, I mean, what? How many? This is basically his highest attack stat that we're going to get. Well, we might be able to get a higher one. So, he's at 20 million. Again, guaranteed crit, guaranteed double super coming in. And the next one will be higher, because we do get the attack raise on super attack now. So there we go. What was that? Like a 41 million attack stat, guaranteed crit. Basically, now he's at 1.4 million defense. So, I mean, obviously, that's pretty good. But what turn is it, everybody? Everybody look down at the turn counter and tell me what turn it is, if it shows up again. Like, right? No, this is a double. Oh, right. You saw it, right? Turn 9. Do you guys think waiting until turn 9 to be able to do that is worth it? I mean, that's the question. How often are you getting to turn 9? Do you think you can survive with this guy until turn 9? That's really the questions here. So, I'm going to cut, and we're going to come back, and we're going to get one more turn that I want to get. But then after that, we're going to end the showcase. I don't know if I really need to move into his breakdown, because I've kind of already done the breakdown just throughout the entire video. So we're going to get this next rotation, and I think I'm just going to end it off there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Stay tuned for that last rotation, because that's, you know, that's obviously going to be a good one. So some of you probably already know what it's going to be, but just in case, make sure you guys stick around, watch that, and then I will catch you guys in the next one. Alright, so here we go. We got one more rotation here that I wanted to get. I could go for like one more and try to get like the GT Duo linked up with this guy, but I think I'd rather just have like his God links activated here. I don't know. It's fine. But well, do I want to do that? Nah. Let me know if you guys want me to get a rotation of this guy linked next to the standby of this unit with Bulma's support, and I'll do it as like a short or something. But anyway, let's go ahead. We'll pop Bulma's active skill, which will give us the full board of orbs again. So we can grab all of these. And now we have Bulma's active skill support. And then we need to try to manipulate these if possible to get her... it may not be possible right here. That's kind of lame. Let's grab that and see what that does. Oh, yes. Okay, so now we'll have Bulma's support, Bulma's active skill support, the full board of orbs, and yeah, let's go ahead and see what we shoot out right here. So this is going to be pretty good. We also might have that Tech Vegeta's support as well. I forgot to check what our start of turn defense was, but yeah, there we go. 31 million, by the way, with a guaranteed additional super attack coming in and a guaranteed crit. So needless to say... I mean, once you get to blue, if you can get some shenanigans going, this guy can be pretty crazy. Like, this is like a Twitter clip unit, right? Like, you clip that and you go, oh, this guy's bad? Right? But no, so... Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this guy. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.